What's going on, champs and champions? It's FireMonkey here, and today I'm aiming for a little bit of a shorter commentary rant video because, I don't want to make sure every video is like 20 minutes long because, let's face it, I'm not going to be able to ramble for 20 minutes every single video, but I still wanted to chill and just play some games with you guys. So today we're going to be playing some Fall Guys while talking about the CoryxKenshin and YouTube drama, which also involves people like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and much, much more. Now, if you're unaware of what happened with this recent drama, basically CoryxKenshin made a YouTube video calling out YouTube on some pretty, big accusations. This was stuff relating to potentially YouTube having a favoritism role when it comes to certain content creators, prioritizing them over others, and having a potential bit of racism going on behind the scenes over at YouTube HQ. The reason for this was they had made a video recently about a horror game, and in this video, it had some interesting, topics and stuff in it that caused it to get age restricted by an automated AI over at YouTube. So CoryxKenshin decided, okay, you know what, I'm going to appeal this strike, and when they appealed it, they got denied. So basically, they got denied. They were told, nope, we're going to keep this video age restricted. So they were talking to their partner manager, trying to figure out what was going on, what specific scene was getting them age restricted, and they were told a specific one. Now, off the top of my head, I don't remember which one it was, but they went around to looking at other YouTube videos from, creators with a similar following to Cory, and they were trying to figure out, is this an ongoing thing? Like, are these videos that aren't age restricted having this exact same scene? Because based on, how they described it, it appears that the game they were playing had multiple, like different endings, sequences, stuff like that, and they had found out that Markiplier was one person who got the exact same scene as Cory, but never got an age restriction or anything like that. So Cory ended up hitting up YouTube once again, being like, ah, dang it, but he ended up hitting YouTube once again, being like, hey, I feel there's a bit of favoritism or something going on here because you guys are firm on the decision of, oh, this video is supposed to be demonetized or whatever you want to put it as. However, if you look at Markiplier, they have the exact same video being posted without any issues at all. They have the exact same, sequences, the exact same stuff happening, and it's like, this isn't, they're not getting affected at all. Their videos on trending, it's going up there and everything. However, mine, for some reason, without any real differences, is getting affected by your age restriction policy and by this human reviewer. So is there some racism going on here? Is there some favoritism going on here? And it got to the point where Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, all these other creators who are really big started making videos called Try Not to Get Age Restricted Challenge, where the whole goal was, obviously don't get yourself banned from the platform, but post a game, post gameplay of a game that should get you age restriction due to the topic, the age rating on the game, something along those lines, and find out if YouTube's actually going to age restrict your video or if there is some favoritism actually at play. And would you know it, when Markiplier made their video, when Jacksepticeye made their videos, they never got an age restriction despite them literally playing games that have naked scenes. So it was an interesting situation where they were kind of testing YouTube's theory of seeing if they would get age restricted or not, and they managed to find out that apparently they just have some favoritism going on here, where even if they have the title and everything dedicated to that video getting age restricted, it's not, at least in the first few days, getting restricted at all. And these are big creators, so if something like this, a movement like this happens, you would think that YouTube would be able to catch on to that real quickly and do what they would need to do. But no, instead it appears that YouTube has decided to actually be petty about it. What I mean by this is that they had a game on event recently. It was like a 2-hour long streamed event with tons of different creators coming together to just, have fun, create their own mini games, their analog horror or whatever it was, and Markiplier was one of the featured creators in this. And when I mean featured creator, I mean their face was plastered all over this game on event. When it came to, any promotion for it, TikTok ads I had actually seen for the game on event, which was the only place I even heard about this event from, believe it or not, was TikTok. There was Markiplier's face. I'm pretty sure he was in the banner of the YouTube channel and everything. So it was very interesting to see that they decided, hey, as the response to all this drama going on with Markiplier, CoryxKenshin, and all this stuff, and Markiplier trying to do a, try not to get age restricted video, we are going to just completely remove them from from the Game On event very last minute, even though, you know, tons of effort went into making sure everything was prepared for the event. Tons of creators and editors had gotten together to make sure they were able to make the best thing they could for the event, and they just got cut because YouTube decided, or I guess someone at YouTube decided last minute just to completely remove them due to all of this drama going on recently, and due to how Markiplier and other creators had responded to it. And I find it kind of funny, actually, because it's like, instead of YouTube doing like a response or anything like that, instead of them age restricting the Markiplier video, they just go and do the pettiest thing ever by just, you know, removing Mark's segment from the YouTube Game On event entirely. And it's kind of funny though, because of this all happening, the editors and everyone who helped Markiplier make this mini segment, because it was supposed to be like 2, 3, 5 minutes long, something like that, they ended up getting a lot more publicity than they probably would have from the Game On event, because Markiplier, you know, was upset. They were like, hey, all of these editors worked their butts off to make sure this was the best it could be for Game On, and YouTube just decided to cut it. So I feel that because of the current situation, if anything, it was bad on YouTube's side, but really, really good on the editor's sides that all worked on this project, because now all of them have a lot more attention towards them. I mean, these editors I had never heard of before, but now I'm like subscribed to their YouTube channels or whatever it might be, because it's like, might as well, you know, let's look at the content they make, because they obviously were able to put something that was up to the standards of what YouTube would want to put in an actual game show, so let's give them a little follow and stuff like that, right? And I actually have had an interesting situation happen recently with this YouTube channel. So in 2021 in September, I had made a video about the devious like trend, you know, the whole entire thing going on TikTok where it's like people are stealing stuff from schools, whether it be real, whether it be a joke, they were doing it. And when I had made this video talking about the trend, I had done like the same stuff, you know, other YouTubers like Optimus, Penguins, aka Critical, were doing in their videos. You know, I mentioned devious look in the title, it was showing like maybe one clip of the whole entire jokes and everything going on, and it was just talking about the trend overall. And I even remember from this video, which was from 11 months ago, being like, hey, this is a dumb trend, don't do it. You know, I was telling people it's just stupid, don't do it. You know, it's like, you can make fun of it, let's make fun of it for a video and stuff, but don't actually go out there and start stealing stuff. And that video got a community guideline strikes for harmful acts. That's right, I ended up getting a strike for harmful acts, so I went ahead and appealed it, because if you would check, it's like, oh hey, you know, Moist Critical and all these people were perfectly fine uploading their videos about this exact same topic, so why is it mine gets demonetized? I'm not actually doing the trend. If anything, I was trying to tell people not to do the trend, and it got rejected. And because of that, I found out recently that if you have a strike that gets rejected, you get it permanently. So it means that your channel is permanently in jeopardy of, you know, being closer to removal, where instead of a 3-strike system or anything like that, you're basically on a 2-strike system. And if you ever get a strike after, you know, that first strike, you can't upload any YouTube video for an entire week. So it's like right now, I gotta be super careful with what I upload, what I talk about, because, you know, I talk about the wrong thing, like maybe this is the wrong topic, and I'll end up getting another strike, and then it's like, people, poof, I'm gone for an entire week, you guys don't get to see anything from me, which I guess, you know, I could talk about being like, oh, my break from YouTube or something, you know, joke about it, and oh god, please, no, please, come on, but yeah, it's a scuffed situation, and I'm like, I recently tried contacting YouTube on Twitter, because it's like, okay, we lost, but I tried contacting them on Twitter, because it's like, if you want anything to be done with YouTube, you've got to actually go and just get their attention on their Twitter account, because their email doesn't do anything. And it's like, I'm sitting here, you know, waiting for a response. Maybe the strike will get removed, most likely it won't get removed, and I'll always just have that on my channel. We could be in 2025 and the devious look trend will haunt my channel for all of eternity. And it's just, man, it's just a situation where there's so much confusion and like just unknown knowledge about how the YouTube system works that I feel that YouTube themselves doesn't even know, because as we saw with the CoryxKenshin situation, no one really knows if a video should be age restricted, if it shouldn't be age restricted, or whatever, because first it was age restricted, then they sent the response, it got de-age restricted, then they sent another response about, you know, it being about favoritism or whatever, and then they got age restricted, and Markiplier got age restricted, and then for me, I make a video about the same topic other creators are making a video on, and all of them are getting age restricted, you know? All of it's just getting thrown out there like, hey, you know, boom, strike, boom, age restriction, boom, suspension. And it's just like, we need more clear-cut guidelines for how they're actually going to run their system on YouTube and how their terms are going to be a thing. Because if you can appeal something and it get instantly rejected despite it's supposed to be a human appeal, you know, a human review, that's obviously not a human watching it. Because if it's like a 9-minute video and your appeal got rejected in the first 3 seconds, obviously a human did not watch your 9-minute video that fast. So it's just a stupid situation that's going on with YouTube, and I would love to hear in the comments down below, what do you think about all of that? Anyways, with that said, hopefully everything gets sorted with Markiplier, CoryxKenshin, and hopefully I can get my strike from almost a year ago removed from my channel now. And with that said, I'll see you champs and champettes next time with another video. Peace out.